everyone, so I am doing a couple videos and I'm probably gonna be doing it in a series of like better late than never November. Before November is done, I just want to do the videos that I've been saying I wanted to do. So I've been telling myself I want to do a video about this, I want to do a video about this, and I never get to it. So hopefully today's the day that I could get those knocked out at least and end the month of November calmly and peacefully and know that I have nothing backed up to do. My sister has been begging me for me to do a video on what to bring to the hospital for delivery. She's gonna be delivering in the month of January, so it's a really close, right around the corner, and I'm so proud of her. And knowing that I got to go through this experience, I know that she's going to do absolutely perfectly well. So I just wanted to do a quick video on what you could take to the hospital with you, and I might do another video on like an updated baby bag thing for those of you who already gave birth and are still questioning, okay, what do I have to bring in a diaper bag? So yeah, I'm probably going to be doing those two videos separately because I don't know how much I'm going to talk during this video, but both of them will pretty much go together because some of the things that I carry now in the diaper bag are things that I took with me to the hospital. So anyways, those two videos are probably going to be linked in together. If I don't include that stuff in this video, you guys will see it in the next one. So anyways, I'm going to get right to it because I know I love to talk. The first thing that I want to say about the clothing-wise, I think that's the most important thing that you guys need to take time and think about it, because what they give you at the hospital isn't much, okay? The going home outfit, I think, is the most important thing that a lot of mothers tend to go towards. I don't have any of those actual onesies that I took him home with because I gave them over to my sister. But what he comes home with is in something like this. So it's like a long sleeve shirt, and it has the things here at the end to cover his hands. But it doesn't have a button up. So it doesn't go all the way down so that he could actually clip it, so that you could actually clip it as a onesie. It's literally just a t-shirt, and it's worn out. It looks like it's been used, you know, a couple times and washed at the hospital. I mean, look how flimsy it is. I kept this one because obviously this was the one that they gave Daniel when he was being transferred over from the hospital to the NICU. And, you know, it's a memory for me, but it's something that I didn't keep on him for a long time. So this is pretty much what they give you, what they put him in to give him to you, if that makes any sense. And my recommendation is to definitely bring a onesie that buttons up down at the bottom. And this one isn't the one that I used for him. I actually use long sleeve ones. So make sure that you use a long sleeve onesie that has a button up. That should be your only concern. You should probably bring like 2 or 3 with you, either plain white ones or ones that say coming home, whichever outfit that you want. But my recommendation is to have at least long sleeve and buttons down at the bottom. The other recommendation that I would do is to bring sweatpants, okay? These are Premie ones because they're the only ones that fit Daniel. Even the ones that said newborn on it didn't even fit him, if I could talk. So I would definitely bring sweatpants or a pair of jeans, or, not jeans because that's a little bit rough, I mean he's brand new, but something light and soft and thick and warm. Like for example, these are 0 to 3. Look how huge they are. Newborn ones aren't that far away from here. I think newborn ones, take this one away. Take this little bottom part away. That's the size of a newborn. He's not going to fit in it. Trust me, he's not going to fit in it. So, look at that. You know, these are Premie pants, and they fit him perfectly. So, you could bring Premie pants, and you could bring newborn pants. Just make sure that you bring some, because they don't put anything on him or her. And to me, it bothers me because they want him to be warm and secure and safe and all snuggled up. But it's your preference, you know. I would just suggest to make sure to bring at least 1 or 2 pants. 1 newborn and 1 preemie, just to see. Apart from that, socks, definitely bring a couple because they don't put anything on him unless they're a really generous hospital that you go to, but at least mine's didn't. So the socks, these are all worn out because I used them so much on Daniel. These are the only ones that did fit him, and these were newborn ones. But they were so fluffy inside. They were so fluffy. I knew that he was going to be nice and warm in these, so they were my go-to socks every time that we went out or when we're here in the house with him. These were the socks that I used. Even they have those that'll, you know, sort of fold like that, and then they have, you know, normal socks, but the inside is what matters because this one here is super fluffy. So if you could see, it's majorly fluffy. So that's my recommendation to you guys. Make sure that you bring at least 2 to 3 pairs of socks that are super fluffy inside so he could be nice and warm. Mittens. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. I went to Walmart, I went to Target, went to Bye Bye Baby, went to Toys R Us, Babies R Us. It was so hard to find mittens that actually fit him, and thank God for Walmart. Sometimes we always like say, hey, I'm not going to go to Walmart because of this. Walmart has the best mittens that I've ever seen. Okay, this one we got from Target. Okay, this one we got from Bye Bye Baby, or this one we got from Bye Bye Baby. It has this thing here. I don't know what the heck this is for. So confusing. And then we got these at Walmart. And the most important thing is that these are the smallest mittens that you could possibly find. Okay? Look at that. These fit him so good. They were probably just a little tiny bit big on his hand. So imagine him wearing this when he got out of the hospital. There's no way. So get the smallest possible mittens that you can find and get 2 to 3 pairs of those because he's going to use them for at least the first month. So make sure you get the smallest pair of mittens ever. I think that was like the main thing for me. Unless you have those shirts that, you know, have the cuffs here for his hands, you could work with that. But my recommendation is to get the smallest mittens that you could possibly find. Those will fit him perfect. Hats, they give you some there at the hospital. These are Jennifer's keepsake hats. I really don't like this one because of the fact that it's so thin. I don't know if you can see my hand through that, but I can see my hand through it. That's so thin. Think about it. He's so fragile. He just came out of his nice, warmy, comfy zone. You want to keep him warm. You want to keep him comfy. This one, I love this one. This one is the one that they gave him at the NICU. And it sort of pretty much like rolls up to his perfect head shape. But it's thick, it's fluffy, and it's so warm. Compared to the ones that you'll probably get like at Target or Walmart. This one I think was from Walmart. I mean, if you can tell, this one is so thin compared to the one that they gave me at the NICU. So just make sure that you're getting a hat that's nice and warm and thick and fluffy to keep him good. I don't know what's going on out there, so let me go check. Okay, so we got the socks covered, we got the hat, the outfit. I did bring shoes with me. These are newborn shoes. I got them from Target. And he's not going to be using these. But I mean, just if you know, if you want to be like cute or whatever, you could put these on him. They did fit him after his 2 weeks. So I don't know if you want to bring them to the hospital, but I'm just saying I brought them. So anyways, yeah. I think we got that portion covered as far as like, you know, what he could wear when he gets out of the hospital. They do put him in a blanket, and it's up to you if you want to continue using the hospital blanket. I have them as a keepsake, but you know, you could bundle him up with whatever you want. Let's say you have something really specific that you want to bring with you to the hospital. This was one of the first blankets that my aunt knit for him and by hand. So it was really really like a memorable type of thing for me. So I would have brought this to the hospital, but with the way that my hospital visit went, I didn't get time to back it up. So thank God that we, oh God, that's a whole different video, but thank God that we at least had half of this stuff covered. But if you guys have an important blanket that you want to bring with you to the hospital to keep them nice and comfy and warm, bring one. I would have brought in this one, and I didn't get to, but at least he gets to enjoy it now here at the house. Something that you definitely want to bring with you is obviously the car seat, but something to put over the car seat. And I'm talking about something like this. Like, this is the car seat canopy that he still uses nowadays. Every time that we go out to the store or, you know, whatever, it is coming out from the house, we put this over his car seat so that way nothing hits him in the face or he doesn't get a bug or mosquito in his car seat. Or when we're in the store, people aren't like coughing all over him. So I would bring this to the hospital, because when you're leaving the hospital, I mean, I got, you know, taken out of the hospital with a wheelchair and with the baby, with Daniel in my hands, and then we got into the car and I put him in the car seat. But coming out from the car to the home, we had him covered with one of these. He's brand new. I didn't want him out in the sun or, you know, people to like pass by and want to talk to him if they're walking the dog, whatever. So I would bring a car seat canopy. If you guys don't have one, I would get one. If you guys can't afford one, then just get a nice heavy duty blanket and put it over the car seat. That's my only suggestion when it comes down to that. He was covered every time we went out of the house, probably until he was 3 months. So this came in handy, and it's still come in handy now. So it's not, you know, you're going to use this continuously. It's not just a one-time thing. So my recommendation is to definitely get one. I'm getting my sister's one. So she keeps asking me about the car seat canopy. I'm getting it. Just relax. I'm going to get it for her. And a couple other different things that you could bring with you to the hospital. If you stay there for, you know, a couple days after, you could bring something like this to help you cover yourself when you're breastfeeding. Like, if, you know, if your friends and family and stuff like that are going to come and visit you at the hospital after you give birth, and it's time for your feeding and you can't get up, let's say, because you're connected to the, you know, to the monitors and things like that, bring something like this so you could cover yourself. I brought it just in case, and I had to use it in the NICU when I went to visit Daniel, because the doctors and the nurses would continuously be walking in to check up on Daniel. So there was a point where I had a pump every 2 hours, and sometimes the nurse would walk by or the nurse would come in, and if I wasn't covered, she would see me. So I would make sure that I had this with me to cover my area. So this came in handy for me. I don't know if it's something that you would want to bring with you, but just a quick tip for you guys. I think that's it pretty much that I brought for Baby J when it came down to dressing him. And like I said, I might have to do the other video to do like an updated bag video for him. And most of that stuff I did carry with me when I was when I took the bag with me to the hospital. So those two come in hand. So if I don't get to finish in this video, just check out the next one. As far as for you and your husband, clothing wise, it's hard to say don't bring anything, and then it's hard to say bring stuff, because you don't want to overdo it. I think I overdid it. I think I brought like 2-3 pants with me. I'm talking about, like, I brought jeans. I brought not leggings, like loose, you know, pants to sleep in. I overdid it. I definitely did. Now going through this experience, I know better. When it comes down to underwear, I mean, I'm not going to show my underwear to you guys, but I would say to bring underwear that you're not going to care about. So go to the store, purchase granny panties. Unfortunately, yes, you're gonna need them. The hospital does give you sort of like boy shorts, but they're so thin, like my butt pretty much didn't fit in those underwears, and it was so uncomfortable. After you give birth, they give you like a diaper pretty much with ice in it to help, you know, that area that's pretty sore. And then you're supposed to use the underwears that they give you. They're so thin that with that heavy diaper in there, you don't have room to fit. So I went to the store and I purchased some granny panties, and I took them with me to the hospital, and I'm glad that I did. After you get out of the hospital, obviously you want to just throw them away. You're not going to use them again. But make sure you grab like a good 2 to 3, maybe even 4 underwears that are granny panties, because they're big. The diaper with the ice is going to be able to fit in there, and you'll have no problems. That's my recommendation to you guys. After that, I would say to bring at least like some loose well, not underwear, but like underpants, whatever, undershorts, whatever you want to call this, so that you could wear your granny panties and you could have this to hold the diaper in place, if that makes any sense. I know this is crazy, but I'm doing this for my sister because I want her experience in the hospital to be absolutely wonderful. So I would bring granny panties, I would bring shorts, and then I would bring at least 2 to 3 loose pants like this. I was in the hospital for 4 days since I was admitted, and then I gave birth, and then I was in the hospital another 4 days in the NICU. So I was in the hospital constantly. So if you guys hopefully don't go through that, you guys won't have any problems, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So I would get 2 to 3 like loose sleeping pants. Don't bring jeans like I did. Don't bring sweatpants like I did. You're not going to feel comfortable. You're not going to want to wear those. Bring super loose sleeping pants. These are super loose, super thin. I was most comfortable in things like this. But again, it's like whatever you prefer, whatever you feel more comfortable in. Excuse me. As far as shirts go, I would recommend things like this. Okay, this was my favorite, and it was my favorite for like 2 months after I gave birth, for January. It's a normal, I guess sleeping tank top. The thing that I liked about this was how easy the area around your breasts were. Not to get gross or nasty or disgusting, but when you're in the hospital, you want to breastfeed him. That's the main point. You want to feel comfortable. You want to be able to bond with your baby, and this shirt delivered that for me. So you would just pull it to the side and breastfeed him. It was no big issue. If you guys don't feel comfortable with something like this, you don't have to wear a bra with something like that. And if you don't wear a bra like I did, then you would obviously need something like this, which is a robe. I would have purchased the robe that are like a tank top strap, not one of these long sleeves, because I kept getting hot in this and it was just uncomfortable. I didn't really like it. So now for the next time, I know to at least buy one of the robes that come with the tank top straps, or probably like a looser, thinner robe, because this one's pretty thick. But just make sure you have that robe if you're not going to be wearing any bra, just to cover yourself if family's coming over to see you and the baby. And if you're not comfortable with either of those, you want to just be free, then you can. And I would suggest to bring your nursing bra to make sure that those are in place. And you could have a tank top, which one like this worked if you're wanting to be covered. I would bring my nursing bra, and I would bring a tank top like this that is super stretchy and loose, so that way when you're about to breastfeed, you can either go over here and just undo the bra, or you could just lift it up and still give your milk to the baby. So as far as like a husband, I would say do the same thing. Just bring 2 underwears, bring 2 pants, you know, the same exact thing. As far as like feet or footwear, I bought slippers. I bought, you know, one of those slippers that you could walk around the whole house. They were therapeutic, they were fluffy, they were nice. I didn't like them. My foot started to sweat so darn bad. I hated them. They were so uncomfortable. I did get the nurse to put me on the hospital socks, and I liked it those, but after a while it got uncomfortable. I started to sweat again, so I didn't really like them. I did have the slippers that are enclosed in the front, okay? So it could make a difference if you bought like the normal regular like thong slippers that are nice and fluffy. Maybe that could work. I just brought my normal slippers. My normal Old Navy slippers, and I brought those to the hospital, and I was perfectly fine. I did like the hospital socks for a while, and then I took them off. And this goes with the husband as well. You could bring socks, you could bring sandals, you could bring tennis shoes. I think my husband had tennis shoes on the whole time, except for when I asked for the hospital socks. He wanted hospital socks. And then my mom wanted hospital socks. And then my sister wanted hospital socks. So we all had hospital socks. I guess that's all of my recommendation when it comes down to what to bring to the hospital as far as dressing. And I don't think I'm missing anything, but if I am, I'll make sure I put it in the comments down below. Am I missing anything? No, dress him, dress you, dress that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to start the next video, so if you want to click on that one and see, I'm going to mention things that I did bring to the hospital and things that I still use that didn't budge from my you know, diaper bag. So that could be helpful as well. Other than that, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.